Hello, I am Felicia Diane, and thank you for stopping by this evening. Are you one that have difficulties in trying to figure out what to wear into the office? The office setting doesn't cause for me to wear a suit every day, but it doesn't cause for me to dress as if I don't care. It doesn't require me to put on a suit. It doesn't require me to wear sneakers. But at this age or at this season in my life, I believe in wearing proper clothing for the office, whether it's a sneaker, whether it's a slide, whether it's pants, whether it's dress. I believe in wearing proper attire going into the office. So, on this segment, we are going to talk about ways of pulling out of your wardrobe, making your wardrobe stretch for the office without you pulling into that church attire, without you pulling into that evening attire. Yeah, sometime evening. And without you pulling into that attire that may be for the club. So, we're going to talk about things that you can piece together to make your wardrobe stretch and still be proper for the office. I'm going to try to focus on two main colors, and that is black and cream or black and white in this segment. So I pulled a few things out in those colors, and I'm just going to show you what would be proper and ways that you can do the same thing simply by going into the closet, taking pieces out so that you can be proper for the office. If this is something you're interested in, stick with me. I'll be right back. So, ladies, let's start off by looking at what I have on. Simple vest. It is by A New Day, and you can find A New Day at Target. It is a simple pair of black slacks, a simple slide with a little kitten heel. I added my brooch. I have jewelry, my stackable jewelry, bracelet, simple outfit that's appropriate for the office. Could I add on a sneaker? Yes. Could I add on a flat? Yes. Appropriate for the office. Now, the reason why I don't have this belt tied is I despise these belts. I despise these belts. But for those who like these belts, you just simply tie this belt up and you have a clean office look. For those who are like me, who despise these belts, this is something you can do, which still would be appropriate for the office. So I simply added this belt here. And I will add this bag. Of course, it's a bit large for the office, but say for instance, you may have dinner with hubby or girlfriends or what have you. I will simply carry this bag, use it as a clutch, and now I'm ready for dinner. I'm ready for a get together. I'm ready for a connect event. And so you have it. This is the first look, office look, and not going into my church attire to go to work. And so here you have it. Again, simple, just going into that closet, pulling pieces out, and heading out to the office. Now, this one is for someone who is somewhat of a daredevil. This is for someone who has that extra oomph in their style, who's bold enough to go into the office and be okay with this. Why I say that is because, say for instance, in my office, there are times where people wear shorts. There are times when dresses are maybe a little too shorter than they should be, where our hands, if our hands pass our shorts, it's a bit too much because of the line of work and the people who come in. So this here, I say this is appropriate depending on what line of work that you do. I am covered. I am covered. This is as long as some of the dresses that are worn. It's wide, it's not fitting. I could adjust it and have it fitting a little more, but the lace under the shirt or the oversized dress just does something to this look. I kept on the black slide. Now I could put on my Adidas, um, yeah, those. My Adidas Sambas that are black and white, and it kind of brings it down a little more so it doesn't, I'm not so lifted, but this is the look. So, oversized shirt, I call it oversized shirt dress, and you have the lace slip or the lace slip skirt and the shoe. Pretty basic. Again, you can put on the sneaker, you can put on a slide, you can put on a little kitten heel. And again, I kept this bag because I like the contrast in the prints. And so again, this is another outfit that I pulled or put together out of the closet without going into the nicer pieces so that I can save those for when the time is appropriate. And so you have it here. And if there's something going on after work, I'm ready. I'm ready. So again, here's a black and white or black and cream, an oversized dress or oversized shirt, and the lace skirt. We are now looking at the t-shirt dress. The t-shirt dress that has been around for a minute now, and now they're adding the beautiful lace bottoms with it. This is another one that you want to be careful with going into the office. Again, depending on what type or what line of work that you're in. So I kept the Adidas Sambas on, and I put on the comfortable t-shirt dress. Now, I've done this before where I wore black legging, the shorts under it. I wouldn't say it was kind of tacky, but I didn't like it as much as I like it this way. But you do want to be careful with this t-shirt dress because even though I am only 5'2", it is kind of short, and if there's any bendage going on, it would be an issue. So, depending on what you do, this is the t-shirt dress with the sneaker. And this is more of a Friday attire because on Fridays, most of the time, and I love a hat, I love a dress, I love a blazer, I love some stuff. But on Fridays, depending on if I've done anything to my head, because I do my own hair, I would add a baseball cap with it. Do you see how what I have shown you all is versatile? This is ball game. This is basketball. This is kicking it on a Friday or a Saturday. This is hanging out with the girls. This is hanging out with my boo at a fair or what have you. Just comfortable, cute. So not only would this be cute for the office, these are pieces that can be used in various ways, in various events, and so on. And so again, the t-shirt dress with the lace bottom, the Adidas Sambas with the gum sole, black and white, and the New York baseball cap. So here we have the black dress, but not just a black dress, a fun dress. I have had this dress for at least 3 years and have never worn it. Keep saying I'm going to wear it. I don't know why I haven't worn it. But I loved it because it had the brooches. I call the brooches on the side. And I chose black because, black just pops. And so, of course, I couldn't zip it all the way up because my hands, my arms, it wouldn't let me do that. So anyway, this is the dress. And I broke the dress up with a netted black mango. And so I broke it up. You can see your polish and all that through the shoe, instead of wearing that all black and white samba. You do what you want to, but I'm just showing you the versatility in wearing things. Yes, someone may want to wear the samba, the sneaker, and the baseball cap. I may even do it one day. But for this purpose, I am breaking all the black up with this netted shoe by Mango. And so you have another dress, not saying that this dress would not be appropriate for church. It's just a dress you have to the side that, hey, I don't have to go into that stash. And then next time I turn around, I say I don't have anything because I've worn all of my clothes, everything that I have in the closet, in my church stash. So again, now you do what you want to. I don't want anyone to say, oh, Felicia said, don't wear your church stuff. Wear what you want to wear. I wear some of my church stuff, but you have to know how to piece it. I have to learn how to go in another area and put some things together. So again, that you can make that wardrobe stretch. So again, here's another look for the office, depending on your line of work. Remember, we're looking at pieces that may be in our closets, and we're trying to stretch the wardrobe for going into the office and going into the office properly, okay? So this is a simple slip skirt. Well, I guess I wouldn't say simple. It's a slip skirt, high split, of course. And the split, actually, the rouging here, it could be drawn up even more. But I chose to wear a black tank top or bodysuit with it, where it may be okay to wear it in your office, sitting at your desk, working. However, if there is a meeting that you're called to, you want to always be prepared. And so although this may be okay sitting at your desk, there are sometimes people may be in the office, you may have visitors, and you want to be appropriate. So always have you a blazer. If you're going to wear something into the office and you're kind of iffy about it, get your blazer, have a blazer in your office, have a blazer in your car, and here you have another look. Remember, in this segment, I was doing cream, black, or white and black. And so here's another outfit that is just pieces out of the closet, out of the drawer, and making it work for the office. So here is another look. I cannot remember where this skirt is from, and I know I can't see it in the camera, but anyway, I know the store is no longer open. The bodysuit, probably Target. The blazer is a blazer my husband purchased me, and it is a soft Bye Bye. That's the brand, Bye Bye. So this is the look. So you are appropriate when someone comes into the office that may be visiting or meeting. So you have this look. Again, pieces from here and there to make it work. Here we have another simple two-piece that I put together. It is simply a satin cream slip skirt and a black asymmetric top that I purchased in, I think Carousel at an H&M. And it almost looks like a dress. So if you decide to go somewhere after leaving the office, you're ready. The shoe that I decided to wear, because again, every day is not a boss chick day. Every day is not a meeting with the powers that be, but again, being appropriate. And so the shoe that I decided to put on today with this is this mango, snakeskin mango. Of course, it's almost like an open toe boot here and then in the back. And so these are by Mango. And if I choose to wear or go somewhere after, I would just simply have my clutch. Now the clutch and the shoes match so well, but the clutch came from Fashion Nova. And this is the look for the office, for whatever day you choose. Again, simple but appropriate for the office. Remember, it depends on the setting that you're in. This here, it's a bit much. I would say this is for the boss chick. She runs everything. She's gonna wear her stilettos. She's gonna have her bags. She's gonna have her arms out. These, well, I was gonna say guns, but mine ain't gunning like they were. I need to work on those. But anyway, she is the boss chick. So she comes in the office or her establishment however she wants to come, right? So we have a black slip skirt with the very feminine lace on the bottom, split on the side, and this is a vest. Now, in a typical office setting, this will be a bit too much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back and show you how you can still wear this to the office on those meeting days and still be appropriate for the meeting. Now, again, this is not for every office. It is for a certain office, and you have to know what your environment is like. Now, the shoe that I decided to put on, because remember, I said she's boss chick. So this is, I love mango. So this is a satin mango with the beautiful buckle, and they're very comfortable. So the boss chick, she's gonna wear her stilettos. She's gonna have all her jewelry. She's gonna have her guns out. She's gonna have probably a little more out than we could at our various offices. So again, I am going to come back and show you how to still wear this, still look feminine, still look boss, and not be offensive. Now you have the same set, the same slip skirt with the lace at the bottom and the vest. Now I have added a white custom blouse and a necktie. Still boss, still boss. This is just showing you how you can pull things again out of that closet and make a whole new something going on. Now, when I showed you the vest and the skirt alone, that was more to me after work, and I am going to grab my bag and meet whomever I'm going to meet. But again, that's boss chick. But don't get it twisted that you have to be or you have to show to be boss. This to me is more boss because I am aware where I am and I know what I want to bring off or give off as I am in the office or wherever I may be. So it depends on who you are. It depends on your environment. You can still be boss chick and clothed. So again, this is another way of wearing that set. All these pieces can be thrown together, and I said thrown together, but knowing how to throw it together to make several outfits for the office, for church, wherever. Here you have it again, boss chick. She know who she is. She's walking in the office. She may just be slinging stuff all off your desk in this getup. However, she is appropriate for the environment that she's in. This may be too much for you, but for someone else, it may just be appropriate for a meeting, for a luncheon, and even after leaving the office, she is still ready to enjoy the evening with friends, with family, with boo, whomever it may be, and she's still going to be slinging things out the way.